This video has been sponsored by Extreme Speed. Use my code. Oh, what code? Don't worry about it. Hey! And welcome back to PlsImprove, the show where improvement slowly turns into a dream fest. Today will be about Sonic Origins. I've watched BikiriBox12's video about Sonic Origins, so I don't want to reuse any of the things he spoke about, since I'll just say it worse. So instead, I'm going over my few ideas regarding cosmetic changes I want to make to the collection. If any specific one interests you and you just want to see that, go to the chapters in the description. Without further ado, regardless of cannibalized talking points, Anniversary and Classic Mode did not need to be separate things, especially since Classic Mode is really just limited Anniversary. Instead, screen size, lives, drop dash, spin dash, time limit, mirrored layouts, and speed cap should all be consolidated to options in the menu. Oh my gosh, that was first try, let's go! While you're at it, add scan lines and original music there too. No, not original as in the music with MJ involved. You probably wouldn't answer Sega's emails. I mean the original prototype music. If you couldn't tell, the background music for Carnival Night, Ice Cap, and Launch Base zones are not the actual prototype music. Instead, they seem to be recreations that suck. I hate that I now don't want to listen to Launch Base Act 2 because of how buns it is. It's also very polarizing to go from an actual 16-bit track in Marble Garden to the trashy MIDI music in Carnival Night right after. I also can't live without competition. Another thing sucky about these recreations is that the music stays short. In Carnival Night Act 2's case, that's a real detriment because, at least for me, it is the longest stage in Sonic 3. So hearing the song reset every minute does not feel good. Coins. Tisk tisk. I really see this as a failure. It doesn't need to fully replace lives. I'm fine with just getting more rings from what was the life monitor, or a random shield if I didn't already have one when I reach 100 rings. Nothing is rad too. But seriously, I don't see why there isn't just a set amount of these in the game. Other than being able to retry special stages, which I don't even really see as an improvement. Unless it's Sonic CD, retrying special stages isn't really the type of thing that requires an instant retry when you couldn't before. But back to coins as a whole. I'm part of the party that would rather keep lives than not, but I can still see the inherent value in coins. The stuff you can buy with them is likely to already be online, but they at least bring it to the player's attention, which could be a good first look for some player that isn't me. However, it can't just be that. Why, Sega? Why? Why, Sega? Why? Why is it just images and music? I'm not going to suggest that they make cosmetic changes like adding skins instead of concept and harmony art, because I would be the ultimate Sonic fan if I criticized having just images in the shop and then turn around and say that I want changing images instead. No, what I want is gameplay-centered purchasables. Peel out in all games, elemental shields in all games. I also believe you should have to earn the drop dash by purchasing it, since it's so powerful. Some more cheat related ones like 7 Chaos Emeralds in Sonic 1, Infinite Shields, or Enhanced Shields, which would just make the double jump usage of them worse by having the distance skyrocket. But also some interesting purchasable things, like playable Metal Sonic, because I honestly can't believe how that hasn't been as much of a rite of passage as it should be. Seriously, we get Green Hill more than playable Metal. What are we doing? It's literally just an acceleration and jump height tweak. I also think an unlockable where every character can be playable at once, Sonic Classic Heroes style, would be chaotic and fun, also having you be able to swap through each character. All that being said, coins suck now and I made them objectively better. I see the hub menu as a hugely missed opportunity to be a hub zone. Sure, island animations are kinda cool, but it's not like you can do anything with them. I think we can do better than slightly above the bare minimum. A hub zone, Kirby's Adventure styled. It would basically be a playground featuring the set pieces of various zones and acts, growing as you progress through the game, which will let you play the zone you want. Because as we all know, the one thing I want from this game is a way to play Marble Zone as little as possible. In these hub zones, there'd be coin monitors, special music, and other secrets that encourage you to just mess around, discover stuff, and have fun. Obviously, there'd be no danger or badness in it, because I see the zone transitions as cutting out the fluff of the adventure. removing what's not challenging in it since there's no danger. When returning to a zone, you can choose which act you're going to. Finally, no more scrap brain Act 3. But I also think that you should be able to view your fastest completion times on each level for a time attack aspect. When you complete a game, a boss attack location unlocks itself. And if you 100% the game, a few other old Sonic games opened up as well, which should have the option to be widescreen. For Sonic 1, it'd be Sonic 1 Game Gear or Master System, Sonic Labyrinth, and Mean Bean Machine. For Sonic CD, it'd be Sonic Drift 1 and 2, and Spinball. For Sonic 2, it'd be Sonic 2 Game Gear or Master System, and Tails Sky Patrol, as well as Adventure. For Sonic 3, it's everything else. I have no interest in these games, but a good way to play them couldn't hurt. What I really want is a good way to play Advance in Battle. Please! We all need to make sure that in 16 years, Sega doesn't make another freaking classic Sonic collection that's just 3 or 4 games, depending on how they feel about Sonic CD that day. It's kinda strange how those spin-off games never get the time of day, even though they are certainly part of the classic Sonic meta. Sonic 1, 2, 3, and CD seem to be the only classic Sonic games people are allowed to care for. It's kinda odd to tell when classic Sonic relatively ends, because it's not like there's really any distinction beyond the physical appearance of him. Adventure gave Sonic and other characters new designs, yes, but before Generations, there wasn't a distinction between classic and modern, meaning that counting Adventure as a modern Sonic game only counts after the fact. The redesigns were never meant to indict a new era of Sonic. From what I read in this article about Sonic Adventure's redesigns, there was really no reason behind it, other than Yuji Naka liked how Satoshi Okano designed Sonic and Sonic Jam, which then turned into an internal competition to see who could give Sonic the best glow-up. What I'm saying is that realistically, Sonic Adventure 1 and 2 should also be in classic Sonic collections, because they're just as classic as the Genesis games. Plus, the Adventure games are direct continuations of the previous, rather derivative given Sonic Adventure 2, but I think of them as our 5th and 6th parts of our classic Sonic series. That was a long tangent. Sonic Origins is a good game if you want to play the old Sonic games. Just as a heads up though, Sonic 3 Air is better for playing Sonic 3. Alright now, like and subscribe or else you'll be forced to respond with, "What's Ligma?"